Today's meditation focuses on the beauty of nature and the wonder that lies within gardens and yards and balconies and views onto nature wherever you might be. So you can decide if you would like to do this as a guided visualization, just using your own imagination, or perhaps if you have a place that looks out onto nature or a yard, or somewhere that you can sit out in the sun and look at green growing things, then that would be perfect as well. So wherever you would like to settle for this meditation, take a few moments to do so, finding the rhythm of your breath. And as you breathe, notice the texture of air. Is there a scent of blossoming flowers? Is the air warm? Is there a light breeze? Is it cool? What time of day is it? Look up at the sun, whether that's in your mind or in reality. What kind of light do you see? Perhaps if it is early in the morning, there's still that sort of rich dawn light. Maybe it is midday or afternoon. There might be a lazy, hazy sort of quality to the light. Or perhaps it is moving towards twilight or sunset, and the light is softening, colors are deepening. Where is the sun in the sky? And how does the light feel on your skin today? Are the rays bright, or are they soft and subdued by clouds? And whether you are doing this as a guided visualization in your mind or actually out in nature, look around you and notice all of the shades of green. We forget sometimes how rich and diverse every color is. So many hues, so many intensities, so many shades. Look around you and notice all of the green. Notice as well the places where the light touches the green. Notice shade and shadow and contours and contrasts in light. Is there a breeze? What sort of motion is there in your surroundings? Perhaps you can see insects, maybe bees, or small butterflies, or little finches or birds. What sort of movement is happening around you at any scale? Take a moment and look. Sometimes we notice only what is large and overwhelming, and we forget at every moment in nature, countless things are in motion. Nature moves at many scales, from very, very, very small to very, very large. So look around you and notice where there is motion. Perhaps that is a subtle breeze against swaying branches. Maybe you see dappled sunlight and shadow moving across leaves. Maybe you notice a tiny puddle or water, perhaps a rippling surface. Maybe there are tiny ants marching across the pavement. Maybe there is a lizard sunning himself on your garden wall. And now look even closer. Notice all of the textures in the natural world around you. Veins on leaves, the rough texture of bark and branches, the rippling of grass, perhaps bold weeds growing up in the cracks in pavement. Maybe the slow, steady advance of a ray of sun across the cement. Notice as well the textures of sound. Is there a whispered rustle of wind? Are there birds? Can you hear chirping? Or perhaps there are hummingbirds nearby and you hear the whizzing of their wings, that bold hum as they dart from flower to flower. And now, look at color. We've already talked about green, but doubtlessly there are more colors around you. Start with the blue of the sky. What shade of blue is it today? Are there clouds? And how many shades of white and gray can you see in those clouds? Are there shapes? Are the clouds in motion? Are they thick or wispy? And how about trees? What sort of textures and patterns and shapes do you see where the leaves meet that blue sky? In addition to green, what shades of perhaps yellow and brown are there? Are the trees blossoming? Are there buds or flowers or fruit? Can you see birds? What colors are these birds? Are there bits of blue or yellow or green, brown, black, gray in their wings? What sort of actions do they take as they hop from branch to branch? Is there bird song? Perhaps there is the distant, lulling ocean sound of traffic as a backdrop. And whether this is your garden or your front porch or your balcony, right? This is an intersection of nature in an urban world. Notice how those elements harmonize. And then bringing your focus down a little bit more. Notice, can you see flowers? What is in bloom right now? We forget that we can read and track the seasons by the blooming flowers. What petals are on full display right now? And are there buzzing, busy bees? Are there other insects, perhaps even smaller? Look closely at a leaf. Are there aphids? Are there caterpillars? Can you see ants? Notice the stems, the stalks, the branches, reaching down, rooting into the earth, whether that is in flower pots on a windowsill or a little garden plot. Notice. texture, the spread of roots, the foundation of these trees or flowers or grasses. And take a look at the earth, whether that is a weed growing in the crack in the pavement, whether that is a little spreading square of dirt, whether that is a pot filled with mulch and rich brown earth. Notice the textures, the shades of brown, this rich fertilizer, this foundation for new growth. Think of this as a metaphor for you in this season. What nourishes you? Where are you rooted? And where are you growing towards? What light, what sun are you striving towards? What shadows fall away as you move forward? Imagine the beautiful, blooming, blossoming potential of your own heart. There are so many quotes about gardens, about the influence and inspiration and power of nature. And when times are troubled or life seems stressful, take a moment to seek beauty in nature, to take solace and find a space for contemplation, whether that's a few minutes in a ray of sun or gazing into a garden, or whether that's sitting in a room in your house and visualizing the beauty of spring. Take time for nature. Seek it in your world. Remember the role that it plays in your life, in all life, on our beautiful, beautiful green and growing earth.